recording. Is there anybody here who's doing Zoom for the first time? Everybody's done it before? So if you haven't already noticed, if you float your mouse over your square on the grid, you can mute or unmute yourself. Okay? You can also stop video by hitting those little 3 dots or start video. Okay. Hey, Savannah and Cassandra, let's go and put yourselves on video. Okay. We start quote unquote for real in a couple minutes here. I'm giving participation for everybody's here. So, hey, Cassandra, good to see you. Okay, I'm going to start marking who's here, and then we will get started. Siegfried. If anybody goes by something that is a shortened version of your name, now would probably be a good time to let me know, and I can put it on the seating, my little participation seating chart, so I can keep track of that and call you by what you like. Cassandra, if you could, not necessarily right now, but later, make sure you have your first and last name on here. Just makes it a little bit easier for me, okay? Can you hear me okay? Okay. Oh, Savannah, where are you? Sailor.
You can use that to kind of help you tease yourself out.
Okay, you folks that are coming in, put yourselves on mute as you come in. Ashley Sailor. Ashley Sailor, let's put your video on, but mute your audio, okay?
I can do that. I can keep an eye on the bell schedule in case you have Zoom meetings and stuff. We can do that. I think eventually you'll get used to it. I might even print out. Would this be helpful?
Okay, guys, someone's audio is going all over our meeting right now. You need to mute yourself. Thanks, Ashley. All right. Okay, it's 8:20. I'm going to start talking, and this is recording, so if you guys talk to anybody else who's not in here right now, you might point out to them, and I'll post that this is recorded. Okay, so hopefully you guys have already watched my Flipgrid video. Raise your hand if you did that, where I kind of introduced myself and talked and stuff. Okay, that was along with the syllabus and the daily activities. Okay, so you should have taken a closer look at the daily activities by making your way through those Edpuzzle videos, and I've got all but maybe one person who I'm not even sure is in the class have done that, so we're all good on that, right? You can feel free to post any questions about the syllabus or the daily activities in the chat, or if you want to come out, unmute yourself and do that, that's fine too. Because it is a lot of information, and I know you guys are getting overloaded with information, all day. But I guess one thing that might be different from other classes is the way I do participation. Okay, so everybody has an 85 right now. You might have noticed that on Progress Book. So don't take that as like you didn't do something right. That's just where I start you. And literally right now, I just marked a plus for everybody who's here because you took the trouble to look on Google Classroom. You got on here. You're here, okay? And that's good. So I'm giving you a plus, and now you all have an 86. Okay, so at the end of each week, I will update participation, and your grade will get a little bit better. Hello, Isabel. Izzy. Yeah, you got yourself on mute. If you could bring yourself out on video, that'd be great.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ed puzzles. It looks like just about everybody has finished those that should have been finished last night. Okay, so I think we're all good on that. Books. Some of you might be wondering about books. So remote students, just about everybody picked up their books. I'm not going to pick up the list and look at it right now. But I think what I'll do is today I will go around to all, I think there's only like 3 or 4 9 honors cohorts, and I will come around and distribute your books to you, and you can just write your numbers down. So don't come by my room. We're trying to avoid a bunch of students coming by teachers' rooms, and obviously you're kind of controlled where you go and stuff. So I'll come and give you what is really just your vocab book and a novel that we'll read second quarter. Okay, so that'll be on your way today. I'm not going to give a vocab assignment until next week, so that should be fine. Okay, okay, let me switch over, and I'm going to screen share. I can find it here. You're going to see me pause a lot silently, awkwardly like this, but we'll get it together. All right, is everybody seeing the slide that I'm showing now? Can I get some head nods or okays? Can you see the netiquette slide? Okay, so here's a good thing to talk about when we have live sessions. This will not be every day, okay? But, and you're going to see information like, you might have seen information like this from your cohort teacher, okay? And you're going to see sets of information like this, very similar to this from a lot of your teachers. But I just want to touch base on this and make sure that we all understand kind of what's expected here. And some of the things I'm pointing out right now, okay? We definitely want to use our computers, not your phone. Everybody has a Chromebook. You should use that. It's optimized for using for this. You want to find an angle that shows your whole face, but not overly close, okay? So you don't want to be doing something like this, right? Where it's like only the top half of your face, which is kind of weird. But not right up in your face, right? Some people like to put their computers up on a couple books because they find it's maybe a little bit more of a flattering angle to show your face instead of underneath. So you can always do that. But get yourself in there where you're not too far, not too close, and we can just kind of see you sitting there. You'll get used to it. Think about your background, especially if you're at home, okay? Classroom, probably no big deal. But think about who might be walking by, right? In all seriousness, we don't want someone coming out of the bathroom wearing a towel in the background, right? That would not be comfortable for anybody. So let's think about that. Make sure both audio and video are enabled, but you want to mute like you are right now while listening in large groups. Now, sometimes we'll do things like breakout rooms. And then obviously you're going to all put your audio on and talk with each other for group work, but it'll be at least next week before we start that. Okay, number 5, you want to adhere to usual CHS dress codes. Okay, just because you're at home doesn't mean you want to be wearing like guys, like no shirt or something silly like that, or spaghetti strapped like, pajamas. Just dress just like you would, for school. Up to 6, try to create an appropriate workspace. We definitely don't want people on video, and you need to be on video, lounging in bed and stuff like that. I know some of you might need to be in your bedroom rather than someplace else, but try to at least find some kind of table. Some people might want to sit on the floor or something like that, but I think it's good and healthy to create like a workspace since you're going to be spending so much time on this through the course of the day. All right, up to 7, like in regular class, don't socialize on the phone during virtual class. Now, I can't totally monitor that. You could be doing that the whole time, but just think about discipline. This is an honors class. We'll be going through a lot of information, a lot of work. It's going to be as rigorous as it would be in person, I promise you that. And once you start distracting yourself, you're going to get used to it, and that will not be a good thing, okay? A drink is fine, but limit eating to breaks. That's not going to apply quite as much here. That was more something that we went over in the summer thing. In fact, you guys are probably going to recognize this set of information from the summer camps. I would prefer that you not use virtual backgrounds. If some of you guys are self-conscious about what might be in the background and you're feeling the need to do that, maybe message me separately or email me and we can talk about, if that might be appropriate, and that would be okay. And finally, let the family know you're in a class so you aren't disturbed. I'm sure they probably know that. So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing, come back to the grid here. Has anybody else come in the last couple minutes I did not see before? Okay. Alexander, I already knew you were here. Okay, I guess not. Questions so far about anything? Anybody? Can I use my phone when walking home from orchestra? Alexander, absolutely. Appreciate you doing that. I hope, I was about to tell you, I don't want to see you trip over yourself because you're looking at your phone when you're running home, but I appreciate the effort. Okay, any other questions that you have, feel free to slide them into the chat there. Does everybody see where the chat is? So if you kind of float down to either the bottom or the top of the screen, you'll see things like chat, stop video or start video, share screen, things like that. Some points I may have you guys share screens. Under reactions, let's see where we can do that. Somebody want to give me a clap or a thumbs up using the reactions there? It will appear on your own. Okay. There you go. Okay. So that'd be something you might do when somebody's giving a presentation or something. Next thing, I want to try to stop by 8:35. So if you guys want to kind of remind me of that if I run up against it, because I don't want to smash you guys right up against another live session. I do want you to get on Quizlet as soon as possible. I think a lot of you have done that, but definitely not all of you. So if you look at the invite I gave you, I think I might have actually put it in a comment. There's a post about Quizlet, and I need you to use, I know people like to put funny names on Quizlet. You're never going to get any points if you put some unrecognizable nickname on there. Okay, so some semblance of your first and last name needs to be your Quizlet name. If you're already registered in my class, then change that, okay? You can feel free to kind of pop in there while we're on Zoom. You don't have to have Zoom in the front. You can minimize it and go to any other pages. So if you want to look at Google Classroom right now, if you want to, you know, pop over to Quizlet and get in there. But I have some people requesting to join my classroom. If you use the link I gave you, you shouldn't have to do that. It should take you right in there. Okay, I was going to talk about StudySync because we are going to be using StudySync as our digital textbook platform, whatever you want to call it, where we'll read short stories and stuff. And we're going to start working with it tomorrow. But I don't think I want to get into that today because we don't have quite as much of a turnout as I hoped. So I'll probably put some information up about it and we'll work and get in there tomorrow. So what I want to talk about before I take up too much of your time is I have posted a grammar assignment. Okay, so if everybody, how about right now, everybody go over to Google Classroom. How many people already saw this? Okay, if you go over to Google Classroom, so the way that it's going to be set up is on the stream is where I'll put announcements and I'll put the agenda for the day. I'll probably put it up sometime between 7 and 7:30 in the morning. I get here about 7 o'clock. Okay, and then I'll kind of outline what we're going to do. So like what we're doing right now is kind of summarized on my thing, the agenda for today, and that was on the stream. Now on the classwork tab is where I'll actually put assignments. Okay, that's where the Edpuzzle assignments ended up, and that's where this grammar assignment ended up. What we have to make sure and be able to do, since I'm asking you to do this assignment for tonight, it's really easy, it's just starting off the parts of speech, is understand what to do, your options with what to do with the PDF that you want to kind of mark up, okay? So as it says on there, this assignment, okay, it comes with a screen shared Zoom video that I post on YouTube. So you watch that after you open the assignment, and then you look at what I point out, and it'll give you some tips both on how to alter that document and how many of the items to do on the assignment. So you've got to watch the video. You're not going to know how much to do and necessarily how to do it, especially when it gets more tricky. I mean, this is just about nouns. It's no big deal. So as you're looking at that, feel free to post questions again, or turn your audio on and ask a question. I definitely don't want it to be silent the whole time. It feels kind of weird. Okay, so once you see that, and you will turn it in, submit on the same post that it's posted on. Sometimes I'll have separate turn-in posts, but for something routine like grammar and vocab, it'll be in the same place. Okay, so you can print that out, mark it up, take a picture of it, and submit it that way. Or you can open it up, and every person has their own copy. You can open it up, and you can use whatever PDF software that you have opening that you might default to. I'm not sure what your Chromebooks are going to default to, actually. If somebody wants to tell me what somebody wants to tell me what your Chromebook is using to open that PDF of that grammar lesson, I'd love to know. But it probably has some kind of highlighting functions or ways to type over it. And everyone has their own preferences what to do with that. Okay, so I did a little bit of modeling on the video on ways that you might do that. But again, some people prefer to do things digitally and some people prefer to do paper, but either way, you should be able to turn it in. And that needs to be done by midnight tonight. Okay, so I'm giving a small, routine, easy grammar assignment that's gonna need to be due tonight. So as you, I'm gonna kind of shut up now, and as you sift through there, maybe ask any questions that you have as far as how that goes. And that'll be end of the information I'll give you today, but let's all stay on for now. I'm watching the chat for questions. Welcome to virtual learning. Okay, at this point, I'm going to stop the recording.